This is what it's all about, ladies and gents. Yesterday, this team we've used the past 2 days. It turns out Pokemon Home isn't even coming out Wednesday, so the initial goal was to hit number 1 before Wednesday. But since Home isn't coming out, then obviously that's not a thing anymore. But what's good, brother? But I say that because this team has only lost to BS, and it's been a very frustrating run. But the reason I say this is what it's all about is because it wouldn't be an interesting climb if Pokemon wasn't being Pokemon, and these are things I have to account for in my decisions. Right? There's always the chance of a miss or secondary effects or crits. So I have to sharpen my play even further to account for these things. That being said, Inteleon's king here. Inteleon is a beast. I don't know if this person knows this team or watches my videos. I know they know me, but like in terms of recently, so they know the team. But what I'm looking at here is a removal of Scarlet, and then Slowking just hammers his team, especially if it's AV picks. So phase 1 would be what we usually do, right? Assuming it's not a Valiant lead. Beyond that, Inteleon is disgustingly sexy. Corviknight checks. I'm not even sure how offensively he breaks my team. So phase 1 Pelipper. So he does Valiant. I'm assuming this is Specs. She. So it's a she for the vid. So it's not Specs. No power, which is blessed. I'm grateful for that. I figured Meow would eventually come in. I just don't know what the moveset on it is. I don't want it obviously U-turning. But I want it gone. Is that Specs? 42%? I don't think so, but it's not booster. So it's probably Scarf Valiant. It's not booster. That's important to note. He has the Cinderace anyway, and he can't spin block, so I'm not gonna press. I'm not gonna press the like he's really struggles with my Corviknight. Like going Corviknight here is almost no drawback. So it does have U-turn. It's probably choiced Scarf, I'd assume. It goes Corviknight on me. Curious as to what this is gonna do. It's gonna Iron Defense with me. I don't want it U-turning because I'm gonna go Corviknight to U-turn. It's very strange, but I have a lot of wiggle room to stay in the first turn in Iron Defense just to scout out what the opponent is gonna try to do. Corviknight versus Corviknight is interesting. Very, very interesting. So bulk up. So if it's bulk up, I have the edge. Okay, I figured it had something. I just wasn't sure what it was. So it's taunt. Okay. Which means it's gonna Brave Bird here. Does Brave Bird kill Inteleon? I have to time my rain turns properly. So bulk up taunt, which means no substitutes. I could go about this a couple ways, especially because my Corviknight is gonna bulk up again. Body press is gonna do little to nothing. I'm gonna assume Brave Bird does not kill Inteleon. If it brings me into torrent range, I probably should count this, especially because taunt gets pressure stalled, so he only has a few. But he's faster than me consistently, as you're seeing. Doesn't bulk up. Interesting. So I'm guessing he's gonna Terra Water here. Corviknight being gone actually opens up Scarlet a lot. Scarlet is actually a really big nuisance. If it's choice scarfed, yeah, there's a Pex, AV Pex. So I guess it was just a force. I'm guessing the person is conscious of the fact that I don't want my Slowking poisoned. I guess the person is conscious of the fact that I'm not going to use the rain yet. So it's actually phenomenal positioning for me. For a lot of reasons. Unless this is Thunder Punch like the last guy. It'd be better to U-turn. No, it'd be better to knock. He wouldn't stand if he can't one-shot me. I don't think he'd stand to go for knockoff. Or she, my bad. What's my worst case scenario? The stand to knock and I knock back. The value exchange there isn't in my favor. I wanted to remove this Pix's AV because I know it's coming in. So it would have been a great AV removal that turn, but what I can end up doing is Tusking anyway. And Tusking Earthquake here with very little drawback. There is a possibility to just leave the Pex in. But I'm thinking again, what's the... They have no data on my Tusk, unless they know my team. There's just very little drawback to EQ here. It goes Corvin. I didn't expect Corby. For a lot of reasons. One, I could have rocked into knock. It's Covert Cloak, BB, okay. So Roost into Pex into... I'm okay with that because the Cinderace core change turn is going to be a matchup versus my my Great Tusk anyway. So even if it were to, okay, so it's committing to the Brave, she's committing to the Brave Bird. The upside is that obviously I get to Pelipper and I'm slower than her Corviknight. I mean her Brave Bird bulk up. I'm gonna knock here. I want the Pex's AV gone so that my my Inteleon 2 KOs the entire team now, which is what I wanted. Sometimes I go Inteleon on Pex because I know with the Sludge Bomb damage it'll do it in, but in a case like this I don't like that exchange. Doesn't get the poison, which is great. He's just surf spam here. Crit. Even if the Slowking were to stand, I mean the Pex were to stand. Now obviously it's killable. I want to double to Meowscarada badly, but now it's just know that it's tie shockable. So you should go Meowscarada, but with the Rocks plus Surf, I figured it would do enough. And then we reposition Corviknight. There is a possibility that I'm actually going to do is position Great Tusk here for the Flower tricks, predicting my so it gets lefties, which is kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying, just a little bit, because okay. So anticipates that my Great Tusk might be faster, which is great. Unfortunately, the rain turns are about to end, but we get the Brave Bird recoil, which is ideal. And now it's time for Inteleon to do what it does. So we're gonna Pelipper here, and if it stays in, okay, that's best case scenario. That's like perfect. That's like the perfect scenario. Because even if even if she goes to Toxapex, what I'm gonna end up doing is going to Inteleon on Toxapex, which will ensure me a KO. I don't need my Terra for anything else. I kind of like it for excellent. So I'm guessing it's Terra Water. Otherwise, this doesn't make a ton of sense. The Pex lost this AV, but Terra Water would have to commit to Brave Birding. Yeah, so Pex gets washed by Inteleon. So I told you, like, this is not a joke. This is not a game. Inteleon does not care. We've been through this several times without, and so Pex is gone, which means literally every time this comes in, it's a KO. So Meowscarada has to take the rain. Corviknight's leftovers is super important. But, you know, it is what it is. Is it what it is? What's my alternative? I'd have to go to Tusk, which I don't want to do. I'll give it to lefties. So be it. So be it. I need this to be at the utmost of health at all times. And it can't go to Cinderace because Cinderace invites Inteleon. You can't have Inteleon coming in. So Valiant's in. Valiant's the only thing left. My Slowking is really important. But as is this Corviknight. 2 turns of rain. Let's say he Moonblasts and is Scarfed. Hey, wouldn't Moonblast. Hey, it's gonna Trick or Thunderbolt here. Even if we were to knock out my Tusk, yeah, you're either tricking or thunderbolting. Now we're gonna scout. It's probably gonna double thunderbolt. Ooh, I say it's not choiced. That's a big spit F drop, but it is fine. It is okay. It's not okay, but we're gonna pretend it is. So it's not choice, which means my Inteleon outspeed. So we can slack off first turn. As long as my Inteleon can outspeed, I don't care about the Valiant. 2 spit F drops, which means I'll get the side shot damage here. 37%. I think the guaranteed win is once I kill his. So Slowking has to stay alive. The guaranteed win is when I kill his. So I'm gonna sack Pelipper here because I no longer need the rain. That's not true. Rain versus giving up the Tusk. Actually, the Pelipper in and of itself is good, better than Great Tusk. The spit F drops actually. The special attack drops obviously matter, but I don't know what the set is on this. It's not mixed knockoff, and it's not booster, so we can always Slowking pivot back, even if the opponent were to have stayed in. Okay, excellent. So now I can just go for nasty plot. Actually, is it worth? Yeah, it's worth plotting. Yeah, because I'm gonna core change and I guarantee a KO now. Versus if I had Blaze. So Corviknight comes in. How much did Brave Bird do? Doesn't matter. I'm trying to think of all my worst case scenarios. Yeah. Like bulk ups, all the things. So as I said, I'm guessing this is Terra Water. Otherwise, this doesn't make a lot of sense. So he's gonna trade Inteleon for Corviknight. I could have Hydroed there, but if I missed, I'd have been in a bind. The Corviknight being gone is really bad for his, but my Inteleon is really good versus him. So obviously we Meowscarada here. I don't think he'd ever go anything that's not his Meowscarada. Because if I get one of my water types in again, he loses a Mon, so he has to Meowscarada, which gives me U-turn damage. She. I was very surprised by Cinderace because Cinderace versus Slowking is another KO. Or a U-turn, you know. But hey, we'll just continue. Will-O-Wisp is best, is great for me. As now, what's better, rapid spinning or rocks? Rocks are better. So Tusk comes in. Pelipper, hard. Actually, spin plus knock might kill me. I just realized the damage output on that. So I should have went Corviknight there. Yeah, I'm gonna say Pelipper. That was a misplay. Let's see what kind of so it is bulk up, which is what I expected. So what I'm thinking is that what I'll end up doing is going Great Tusk. I figured it was bulk up. What's the throwing me off? All right, and what I'll do is, all right, it's spun. Fuck. I wouldn't be shocked to see Scarlet. The it's +2 attack though. Basically, what I need is Scarlet gone. She risked Valiant twice, which could have ended the game for me. Like, if Valiant was dead to the Brave Bird. It's Terrifier. It's gonna do Earthquake Lock. Rapid Spin. Okay, that's blessed. So I get to keep Scarlet, which is huge. Obviously, he's gonna. Well, I could stay in and knock. The Cinderace was pretty obvious. I could have stayed in to knock. So what this does, what I'm gonna end up doing is sacking Pelipper here and knocking something out with Surf. So the Terra is gone, which I've been worried about the Terra because I don't want to Brave Bird into a Terra Steel Valiant. Yeah, so Terras are such an interesting thing, right? Because I'd play the Corviknight. I'd have played my Inteleon different. I don't think I've Terra'd yet. Yeah, I haven't Terra'd yet. I'd have played my Inteleon differently had what am I trying to say? I known what the course. So what I didn't want to do versus Inteleon is so I can get rid of. Do I care about my turn? Yeah, I can get rid of my Psychic type here. U-turns into whatever Sakeo either way, and I get the regen. Obviously, my best case would be Scarlet going away, but it gives up Great Tusk because it's a Choice Scarf and Trick. Scarlet is packing U-turn, makes sense. It's gonna be kind of close. I'll be at. She's gonna U-turn, but she knows I'm never risking Slowking here. Yeah, she knows I'm never risking Slowking there. Cinderace doesn't make a lot of sense though. Cinderace wasn't a good play. Should have went Valiant. Because Cinderace gives me another KO, even if there's a U-turn. Unless you're gonna try to U-turn again. But let me think. If I Iron Defense, maybe she's thinking about just straight Power Ball. I guess you do have the matchup, but I know you're not Power Balling. So yeah, that gives the reason that's not the best play is because it gives my Slowking. The only way Slowking, but I guess you could play to Rocks, right? But the only way my Slowking is and Scarlet is gonna soon Flower Trick Sweep. So okay, so that's the route. But the positioning isn't great. So I guess it's just U-turn and I'll try to damage you down with Rocks kind of situation. The problem is soon I'll be able to give up one of them and then so Flower Trick that turn. And then I Brave Bird here and the game's over. Yeah. The reason I'm Brave Birding is that if Cinderace comes in, I can Flower Trick Sweep with Scarlet. Unless this had so yeah, Brave Bird is gonna do enough to where I think Flower Trick should do the trick. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I threw there. I had the Power Ball, but maybe I threw there. So now Valiant dies. Oh, it sacks Scarlet. Then you can't kill the Slowking now. Had to give. You had to. What's it called? Had to save Scarlet under all the circumstances. GG. But as I said, the team, other than to luck, I'm curious how much this would have done. Let me see for future reference. It does kill. I figured. The Overgrow boosted makes it what, base 5 million. Overgrow boosts the grass stab, right? So it's what? It's 150. It's like strong as shit. There's no way. That's why I Brave Bird. I'm like, I'm pretty sure. But then I remember these Cinderace don't run attack anymore. Like, they run HP. So the Brave Bird did a lot less than I expected it to do. So that's really what that was about. But as you saw with the Rock's Flower Trick KO'd. So very intense game, but as I said, I'm playing the games more cautiously to consider every worst case scenario as I'm going through the turn. Like, okay, what could happen? Am I overlooking anything? Am I overlooking Terra types? Things of that nature. So in this one, Slowking is also a Maestro, but I need the Breloom gone for it to perform. Grass types are very pesky to this team because I really only have Corviknight, right? Very pesky. I love my Inteleon in this, so it pains my heart to have to potentially go Inteleon on. Let me break this down. Inteleon has almost no switching, especially if that's Banded Knight. What's it called? Inteleon, no switching. Pelipper is actually very annoying too. Pelipper doesn't have any good solutions. Corviknight upon Iron Defensing beats almost everything on his team except Volcarona. So we want Volcarona well checked, and that's gonna occur between, depending on what it is. I'm pretty sure it's offensive just based on the nature of his team. Like Slowking would be able to be a handy solution to that. Great Tusk is solid. Meowscarada solid as well. Meowscarada I like to keep tucked for Quiver Dancing Volks in case they get out of hand. I might have to just blow this guy away before he blows me away, kind of thing, because I can't have his Breloom getting out of hand. The question is, what would I be open to letting go to sleep? Because all I'd have to do is U-turn, let him spore something, but what is the question? Unless he's not Sash. If he's not Sash, if he's Scarf, I'm gonna be pissed. But we played a game earlier where it wasn't Sash Loom, and I just one-shot it. So, you know, I know goons do stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure this is Sash Loom. And the question is what do I want to put asleep? I think I'm gonna put Pelipper asleep, truth be told. The switch is out. Is it eject button? Okay, it's not eject button. Very interesting. This is great for us. One, we get to remove this Hatterene's item, which is going to be big later on, versus for the Corviknight matchup, because Corviknight's going to likely match up versus this, especially if it nuzzles here. Yeah, so that means it can't touch core. Come on, bro. The crit, you needed the crit too. But the upside of this is that I'm slower, right? Please, for the love of fucking God! I knew some bullshit like that was those really fucking matter, man. That's U-turn damage and a free comma, and now he's gonna get 2 potentially. Pelipper is like, because I would have gotten the free. Just relax, Jam. It's gonna be alright. Control what you can control. Crit, nuzzle. 2 double pairs. Alright. Okay. Corby can still pull this through. Problem is my Slowking is gonna get nuzzled. I can force him to Terra, I suppose. I don't want him Psychicking here. This fucker calm minds again. Upside is that Corvy's BBs are doing way more than he can Draining Kiss back. but he shouldn't even have +2. You know, it's just. But we'll move on. These games could be so easy, guys. Like, well, usually I'm playing a normal live is whatever, but when I actually have an aim and every game matters, you know what I mean? It's just insanely difficult for me to because it's like, what am I gonna do? Right. Okay. So we're gonna just Brave Bird here. I don't know why the opponent is boosting, for a lot of reasons. I mean, one, you're never sweeping. He's gonna go for the Nuzzle and try to axe my Corviknight. Let's see how much the damage is. And plus, you don't know if I'm Spadef Corviknight, which would shut you down anyway. But my Pelipper being so low and getting absolutely nothing out of the turn is really fucking big. Because Slowking would have been able to come in and nasty plot in the rain. And it's not even just about the Hatterene why that matters. Because I would have had a lot of rain turns and the U-turn damage with no damage on the Hatterene. I mean, with no other than the Nuzzle damage on the Pelipper. Because he calm-minded, right? I'd get the U-turn, go to Slowking to 28%. It's not a Nuzzle. Yep. Let's see how much this is doing. I really need my Corviknight too. Push come to shove, I'll trick. But I don't think that'll save me. Like, I might just lose now. Because these pyres are super crucial. Draining Kiss only has a certain amount of PP though. And it's funny stuff. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. Okay. Try not to take that into this game. Okay. Let me calm down. What do I win with here? Corvi beats half his team. Inteleon beats the other half. Slowking can beat most of it. I'd have to find out what the Chestnut is, but from a switching standpoint, Slowking is amazing. Tusk is incredible as well. Miarascarada, solid. Inteleon, king. So let's gather some data here. So I see Chestnut, which is an odd lead for a lot of reasons. I could be Hurricane Pell. Should scout, yeah. It's lefty's Pex, which isn't ideal. Why do I feel like this person about to baneful bunker me? No? Okay. So Toxic is certainly a possibility. This version of Pex is actually the most problematic. Okay. It's not baneful. AV is the easiest to deal with. I don't know what this is gonna do. What's T-Spikes? If this is T-Spikes plus Toxic, it's a horrible day. So I'm guessing it's maybe Surf. Yeah, double Toxic's just obvious. Recover, I'd assume. Okay. Okay. Helmet, huh? We could get a KO here. I need to hit the fucking Hydro. Okay. Please, for the love of God, hit. Please. Please. Please hit. Please hit. Should go Dragonite. I think Drag might get to a KO. Chestnut dies. Gone. Chestnut was irrelevant anyway. But, well, I guess for my, I wouldn't be shocked to see a pivot on Corv if this D9 has something to hit Corv with. I'll Pelly first into, because right now, the fact that Terra does leave me more open to Goldengo with my Slowking. But from an offensive standpoint, this Inteleon's a beast. Has to figure out a way to deal with my Corviknight now. I don't want it to be banded and go for Fire Punch on the ban. On the on the Slowking switch. So that is banned, I think. Now we get to U-turn in. Because I guess it doesn't have to be banned. Goldengo comes in. I want to say Scarf Goldengo never kills Inteleon. With the spike up maybe though. Inteleon. His picks. From full it wouldn't. But with the spike up. Shadow Ball does 66 steps. It actually never kills. So there's another morsel. Here's another morsel for your boy. You can surf this time though. What? What? What is this garbage, bro? It's Thunder Scarf? What the fuck is going on the ladder today, bro? I'm like just pissed. Thunder Scarf, bro. Like, why in God's name would that be a set? Thunder Scarf. Like what? You know, like the worst fucking case scenario. You're like, okay, you know, there's say he's banded, which I figured. There's like, okay, this can make some sense, and then there's certain things when you see them, you're just like, are you serious? Thunder fucking Scarf, bro. You can't make this shit up. My Tusk is a huge problem for him now. Huge issue. Because his Pex is coming in. Man. Okay. What I'll do is just... we'll just have to see what the fuck he stays in. It's just a bad play. Very bad play. Expected me to do some different shit. But the shit he expected didn't happen. Outrage 30%. Brave Bird. I want to get him in range of... Outrage doing 30. Brave Bird would do... I need to get him in range where he dies to rocks. Because then my Great Tusk just washes. I think Outrage plus Brave... Oh, that might be close. 28%. My Corvi is a huge problem. Scarlet at 2, low key. But the Rocky Helm is gonna help here. That's if he doesn't hurt himself. the Thunder Para. The Thunder Goldengo really like. That means it might not have Trick or it's 3 attacks. But Great Tusk just washes. Great Tusk comes in and attacks. The fact that he Outrage makes me think his T-Tar might be some weird shit. So Treads is speed. I've seen so many versions of these things that I don't trust it. So I'm gonna go Slowking. I've seen so many like whack stuff. Nasty Plot first. Why did he's offensive? He's physically offensive. That's not good. Shit. Rapid Spin. Watch him have Thunder on this too. Yeah, that's a big, I need my Corviknight healed. I wasn't sure what it would be. It says Fizz, the knockoff did a ton to me. So it has that Earthquake, maybe Rocks. Iron Head. Okay. Okay, so that's the sequence. Alright then. Take Goldie for some damage. Yes, the Shadow Ball. Yeah. His opponent's turn plays are very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I didn't play super optimally, truth be told. How can you turn here? Is U-turn better or Flower Trick better? Pex is probably Fizz Def. I need to think these turns through. The T-Tar is being tucked and I'm not sure why. 3 turns of rain. Because even if the Pex plots, if I have the right Mons left, I should be fine. Because what if it's like a special T-Tar or something like that? Okay. Oh, so Treads comes in. So I'll kill him on here. Okay. It's Nox. Okay. Okay. Let's go Dango. Shadow Ball. Because what I'm looking to do is Nasty. I don't think I've shown Nasty Plot. Yeah, I don't think I've shown much on my Slowking. Okay, I'm not gonna lose this because he can Thunder me, which is very strange. Let's assume it's 4 attacks. Shadow Ball with 2 KO. And then I'd be playing with luck. I think I live 2, even with the yes, I do. Guys, you gotta understand what your boy's going. You know how, like, it's one of them. Every goddamn turn the person needs. Yesterday was the crit on my Scarlet that won that first game for the guy, and this Spadef drop is so. Now he can stay in. Like, that's such a big fucking turn, man. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. Like, truly ridiculous, man. And there's nothing I can do about it. Look at this shit. And he's Terra Ghost, the worst case scenario for me. Like, any Terra type would have been fine. Oh my god, bro. Like, this is like just incredibly frustrating, man. Okay. One thing I am glad about, all things considered, is that I'm not losing because the team can't win. But god damn, bros. Alright, guess this is character building, right? I'm learning nonetheless. You know, I'm learning the meta trends. That Treads took a lot more value than I expected it to. The person didn't play well. The last opponent was probably the worst player I've played in like the past 20 games. But because I'm like, the plays he's making doesn't make any sense. I'm assuming there's some kind of, but there wasn't. The Thunder on the Choice Scarf Goldengo. And being Terra, like, there were so many things that had to be perfect. But how are you going to anticipate Terra Ghost Goldengo? right? So yeah, and or thunder, Scarlet versus rain. You know, there's just so much there because you're never hitting thunder. Or you're obviously less likely to hit thunder if you're not facing a rain team. But we'll move the fuck on. I removed the Golden Go Iron Moth and Sweet the Sky. I don't know what his counterplay to my rain would be initially. But we're gonna find out because I want that rain. I figured Bax would come out, but you know, Bax is Corviknight fodder. Oh, okay, apparently not. Okay, I didn't expect Swords Dance. Okay, well he forced my Terror, which is good for him, unless he's Glaive Rush. Yeah, I tend to stay in here and do dumb things. If it's Swords Dance, it definitely has Glaive Rush. I just don't know if it's gonna be a Terra that. What I don't want is for him to Swords Dance again. I've seen that Swords Dance again. Yeah, and I could have Body Press killed him, but I know Glaive is gonna do it. Like people are, I know the second turn he was gonna Glaive and it would do the drop on the thing would kill, but the Roost was always a better play. Swords Dance was an awful play. Because you're giving up your backs for what? Right. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to keep Meowscarada. Choice Scarf is going to be critical for Gambit, Swords Dancing, all that, whatnot. Such and being, such and things and such. Pelipper to scout what kind he is. That's... Anybody else just anticipate the Spadef drop every time. Roost first, it covers for... covered for Nasty Plot. Okay. What's your switch into this? Well, I don't want him to make it rain. Treads, speed tier treads. I've seen so many different treads these days. I don't want him steel beaming me. So he just sacks it, which is odd. For rocks, huh? Rocks that you can't even keep up. Unless you're gonna go to Iron Moth. I don't think you can kill me. Special attack, okay. Because it's plus special attack, I'm very tempted to just leave my Tusk in here and attack. But if he's agilities, I'll be fine. He does agility. Okay. But I'll be fine. I wish I Earthquake there actually. Yeah, I should have EQ'd. I could win without Tusk. Agility plus special attack was my worst case scenario. I didn't think he'd Terra the first turn. Yeah, so I could have. So let me break this down then. So what do I need to do to win? Because this is, I'm going to eventually have to revenge kill this. I have to give like a ton of mons up to kill this. Fortunately, he does not got a Fiery Dance. So we'll just Surf, Dazzling Gleams. Maybe he doesn't have Energy Ball. Let's see how much Surf is doing. If he he only has Dazzling Gleam. Let's see. Oh fuck, Surf was a 2 KO anyway. Then why Nasty Plot if you're not even? I'm not gonna lie, I expected him to crit me there. Not gonna lie to you. So, Slowking can go. You can have it. This Dragonite concerns me. It's Dragonite and Gambit. Go Golden. I need to heal my Corviknight. Gosh, if I just body pressed him, my Corviknight would be at full. I need to be careful because I could get Dragonite swept. I already Terra'd, so I'm not worried about the Tusk. But because my Corviknight is not Terra and so low, I know. I know what I can do. I can Meowscarada here. I'm gonna Meowscarada and knock off Um, it depends on what his D Knight is, I suppose. Oh, he doubles to Gamby. That's blessed. I'm really glad he did that. I'm like really glad he did that. So now I just need to position it to where I can Ice Beam the Dragonite. But so let's say I go Corviknight here, go back to thinking Trick. No. Let's say I go Hard Inteleon and he kills me. Now if I go Hard Inteleon and he kills me, I can go to Great Tusk, spin into EQ. Yeah, actually that's better. Inteleon has Ice Beam, yes, but yeah, I want to know he's gonna Iron Head. I'm not gonna surf. Just Ice Beam here. Yeah, he suckered, which is I didn't have a problem with. I could have went Hard Tusk there, but now I get to spin into EQ. He expects me to knock him out. I guess the Dragonite could not be. It doesn't matter. I EQ. Iron Head. Sure, yeah. Iron Head's doing 30. It doesn't hurt to set up rocks here. And I'll get another turn of lefties. I could do too is this is clearly a slow gambit. It took nothing from Earthquake. I don't want to risk it. Plus my Dragonite, my Corviknight, I guess the Dragonite could be like, well, if it's banded, then I'll see that it took damage here. So I'm glad I set up rocks. Basically, what I'm trying to do is position myself to where, but I have seen Rogue Dragon Claw variants, so that would fuck me up. Doesn't take hazards, so I'm hard switching to Corviknight here. I'll be over 50 after his Dragon Dance, and then that'll allow me to Roost, then Iron Defense. Yeah, okay, that's what I wanted. Okay, guys, hold your breath. Hold your breath, because you know how this part goes. Just need one more. Now we start body pressing. Again, this is just how it has to go, right? I have to just keep body pressing so keep body pressing as Fire Punch EQ. He's fishing for the burn. Got one more turn to body press. Please, Corviknight, just do your job. We've been through so much, so much doing this journey. Corvi, just do your job. I tried to play this end game to immaculation. New word, guys. Okay, so Corvi did his job. The battle is over. Okay, got that such a weird set, right? I mean, he could have still had E-Speed and didn't use it. But yeah, bros, we're in the fucking shit. Like every time we're about to break, some bullshit. Like you can't make this shit up. This is a tough matchup because of his Slowking. My Slowking's really good though. If I can get rid of his backs and his Specs Pulse, my Slowking is devastating. What usually makes it a little tricky is when their Slowking can chilly reception and whatnot. But that usually only matters if it's physical pulse. And the Pelipper is likely going to remove the item. I feel like I'm going to face some Thunderdam Bolt or some shit like that. Or Draco Bolt is a possibility. Actually, I don't want to risk him being Scarf. I mean, I was gonna say I Banded Ice Shard on my Meowscarada. Actually, I'm gonna Meowscarada here. I know Polt was going to come out. And if Polt comes out, I guarantee remove the item of a Pokemon. Volcarona in this case, which is blessed. Because now once I get rocks up, it's over. Any Morning Suns. So I get to serve. This is great. This is great because I want to bait in that. I can knock here. There's very little drawback to knocking the first time. Even if he stayed in, what he's going to do. Right. I was going to just surf knowing Slowking was going to come in. But why not remove the item immediately? Because you know he's going to go in to try to chilly reception. So from a positional standpoint, Meowscarada is best. Right. Like chilly. Bax is going to take the chilly. But it's really about what I don't want him ice sharding me. I don't care about his defense. I just care about mine. I wanted a trick there potentially, but yeah, ice shard. I think 21%. I'm calcing today. We calcing today. This matters. I think 21% is banded. That's a lot of fucking damage to a max Corviknight. Yeah. Jolly Choice band to my Corviknight does 30. Yeah, so he's banded confirmed, which is blessed for my Meowscarada. So now I need to get rocks up. So Corvi's in. Okay, Skin Brave Bird the first turn. Volk. I didn't expect Volk. I got burned. That would matter in a normal circumstance, but since one, he has no ground resist, so I can play the Gambit a little differently, and I have Trick. But since the Bax is banded, I mean, Corv still wants to be able to, like, the burn isn't great, right? I'm not by no means, but you know, it's not the end of the world in this case, this rare case. He may have Fire Stab, but he may have it. Okay, substitute. Shoot. Is this substitute? Is he trying to take advantage of the the Dragon Dance? If that's the case, oh, he's Hex. Okay, I don't know why that didn't cross my mind. Like literally, is like, is he Dragon? But I couldn't risk him being Dragon Dance. Hex is annoying, but not the end of the world. Let me think this through. Which means he has a status move. If I go Pelly, he's gonna try to Wisp and then sub again. It's actually very problematic. I might have to Terra my Slowking as a solution. So I'll have to make Meowscarada take this Hex damage. Obviously gonna show that I'm Choice Scarf. So I can go Corby this turn. He darts. I didn't expect him to dart. So now I can Pelly. I'm hoping the U-turn damage did enough. So Pelly comes in. He darts. The U-turn didn't do enough. He's just gonna sub again. It is what it is. It is what it is. We'll just Slowking. Yeah. And Terra. Because his Slowking, it's just that mine is faster than his. So I know his is coming in. It's going to be a hell of a game. I need rocks up. I need rocks, and then my Inteleon can go crazy. But the problem is that my already terrored. So yeah, this is a very bad matchup. Backs plus that Pult set plus Slowking. But we always find a way. Let me think. Can't have. I didn't want to show him that. I actually shouldn't have nasty plotted there. No, I did want a nasty plot. Because it's gonna force a very specific mod, and namely Excalibur. Which will Glaive Rush. Banded Glaive Rush would kill me. But I want him to. I can bluff a Fighting Stab here. I want his Tusk versus mine. Depends on who's faster too. This is probably faster. Okay, so that's great. That's actually really good. Because I get the edge. I'll Earthquake. Because I have the knockoff edge. Like my Tusk versus his is a big showdown. His Gambit's a problem now, obviously. I do have Trick. So that's kind of what I'm going off of. Thing is, would he go Pult here? I'm gonna let the timer go down. If he goes Pult, then I Rocks, he's in a bind. Then I Knock, I mean. Let me think, if he goes Pult and I don't. Yeah, actually, excellent. So now I'll speed his Pult, which means he has to go to backs. Yeah, Ice Shard, which is good. I gotta get Inteleon into range. This is risky, because he could go for something other than it, but I knew he wouldn't. Which allows me to get Rocks up versus Slowking. That's gonna matter, because that fucking Excalibur is a problem. His Gambit's an issue now. Surfs. Some misplay there. Shouldn't have surfed. Shouldn't have surfed there. If I trick his Gambit here. I mean, this is a free knock. You'd have to go Gambit here. If he doesn't go Gambit, do I have to do it this turn? Let's say I go for a knockoff and he does not go Gambit. It goes to like backs. Fucked. It's not very high on the ladder. Maybe he's like, I don't need my backs anymore, and switches it in. Knock, lets me knock it. I don't think he's going, fuck, that didn't kill. Oh shit, that's bad that it didn't kill. I gotta play this in a godlike manner. Not really. These suckers. I want Mirascrata really quickly, so the trick is pretty obvious, yeah. Nox always a player. He has an item now. The thing about it is that Slowking might be able to do in his He obviously just gonna attack me here. I lost. In the rain, I need to attack his Gambit in the rain with my Slowking. What would need to happen? He's not gonna Ice Shard, he's just gonna Glaive Rush. I think I survived darts. My Mirror Scarlet survives the darts. I'm not 100 on that. Inteleon does not. Yeah, I think I just lose for sure. What could I have done in this situation? Once Corviknight got burnt, that's got rough, but I mean, it's Brave Bird, you're gonna touch it, but I'm like thinking, what decision could I possibly have made differently in this? Yeah, I'd have to like crit him or something, but yeah, I knew that wasn't happening. The problem is I needed the rain turns. Yeah, I need the rain turns to do anything. It's just gonna go pull and outspeed me. He goes Gambit first. Okay. Well, if I crit this, why in God's name would you? This dude tried to throw. Should I have gone for the Hex, guys? This guy's trash. If I surfed there, the Gambit was done. That shit would have gotten washed like yesterday. Like, that shit would have gone, like, disappeared into the vacuum. This dude threw. But I mean, he wasn't very high sub, you know. I figured as much. So yeah, this isn't looking good, boys. That one I just lost. I think that might be the first game where there's no nonsense and I just lost. I'm trying to think what I could have done there, though. Once Corv got burned, the backs became a huge issue, and the Pult couldn't do what it did if my Corviknight wasn't burnt. You know, so I'm like, what could I have done there? I ideally would want to round this out in the 18, but I don't know. I might just end up playing just for the sake of it and recording it, and whoever makes it to this long thing just makes it to this long thing. Though the longer I play, because this is a balance-ish team, so it's not offense. Not that that even matters in OU, but it does give more leeway to luck because it has a Inteleon's essentially the carrier, right? But yeah, I think this should be fairly simple. I just nasty plot with my Slowking, get rocks up, and it's a wrap. Very difficult to get the rocks up, but the nasty plot not so much, though I may get nuzzled. We'll see. They say we shall see. Tusk is for the thing. I want to make sure that I always have weather control because this in the sun is a bitch. People tend to be very reckless with their Torkoal. Cindy could be. I don't get why he leads Cinderace if you're expecting. I guess he's just like, okay, I'll just U-turn into my Torkoal, but that's not even a good like situation. Burnt Tusk. I don't even think this is. Why would you be bulky Cinderace on a team like this? Yeah, I think this shit is banded. I don't know. Like, I can't gauge off that damage. The Cinderace is a horrendous lead. Is it? Okay, so I should have knocked. It wasn't, you know, that one item. Eject button. I suppose knock didn't have any downsides anyway. Okay. Draining Kiss. Okay. So if it's not Nuzzle, Then how do you 1v1 a Corby? Get a crit there, which matters a lot. Which is Mystical Fire in the Rain. It did a lot though. Zatarine being gone is big. My Corv matters versus that Walking Wake, but since I have Sun boosted Tusk, I can BB. I need to time the rain properly. He's probably gonna switch to Torkoal now. I should have BB'd last turn. Oh, he's leaving it in. Okay, I'm gonna trade this every time. BB's doing 32, no item recovery. Mystical will do barely enough. Yeah. Because I can't switch versus this anyway. Okay. Mystical Fire. So the Hatterine's gone. Which is big. Okay. Which means I can get rocks up. But he has 2 hazard control users. Hazard controlists. Very interesting. Inteleon speeds everything on his team, so, and you know, Torkoal does not want any smoke with this guy. Can see Walking Wake coming in, but that gives me U-turn damage plus the walling with the Slowking, and now I can plot. I want rocks that I need the actual rocks up. He has 4. I don't even know what he has. A Cinderace potential form hazard control. Great Tusk, Torkoal, and Hatterene. This guy is like, I lost the hazards once, and I'll never let it happen again. But U-turn every time here because we don't want Roaring Moon came in, which is phenomenal. Like that's like the best case fucking scenario. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy about that. This U-turn, so it's likely choiced as the wake comes in. Its special wake. I forgot that I said don't let the wake come in without rain. I mean, with, you know what I'm saying. So I can't go anything. I mean, I lose someone to this. What do I want to? So at this point, Slowking. Am I gonna give me our Scarlet up? Is that worth it? Yeah, I'll have to give the Scarlet up. Ideally, he goes for. Torkoal is gonna come in, but I don't want. He could double Draco. Yeah. Which, let me see. He specs the miss mattered. It wouldn't have killed me. I'm split F Pelipper -1. Yeah, that wouldn't have done shit to me, but it didn't matter from a positioning standpoint to not get any damage whatsoever for sure. But I was kind of going to Pelipper, trying to bait the Walking Wake to stand over going to -2. Choice specs. Inteleon. Because Inteleon gets a kill here if I. But I need to know if Draco can still kill me. No, they can't. So we surf here. Ice Beam obviously would wash the Walking Wake. I don't think. Yeah, I figured he'd go hard cold. Now I can give up my rain because otherwise I'm losing another mon to this fucking Walking Wake anyway. So, like, what would I rather lose? Yeah, let's get the rain up. It's better to Ice Beam. Can Ice Beam sweep him soon, or Surf sweep him? Ice Beam or Surf sweep him. I guess I just don't want him to go Cinderace on my. Oh, excellent! So I can now Ice Beam. That's what I was trying to. I don't want Cinderace coming in on the Ice Beam because that's very problematic. So now Walking Wake comes in, but with the rain up, Slowking, like an Ice Beam, unless it's Scarf. What's his face? The Specs Wake, obviously. Jesus, it is strong. Yeah, I always slack off here because Roaring Moon coming in doesn't mean shit to my Great Tusk. And my Slowking, as long as it's alive, can always come in on Walking Wake. And this is his only. I could Terra here, but I don't want him to Rogue Outrage and kill my Slowking if he's banded. Though, I mean, he hasn't Terra'd yet. So I still want to consider his Terra type. So here comes, but at Walking Wake's never getting past Slowking, so that's the big issue, right? Like, Hydro Steam in the rain is nothing to me. I just surf on the Roaring Moon. Did I utilize the rain? That might bring him in range of rocks, not quite. But as long as I'm high enough to deal with the that full, so I can deal with the Walking Wake, so it crunches, doesn't get the drop, which is big. And I just knock off here. It's just the best play because Tusk's likely. It's Tusk's likeliest moment to come in. He can't stop me from having rocks up, even if he spin spams, because I have the matchup advantage. In fact, this might end up just sweeping him by itself. Yeah, I was gonna say rocks plus spin probably knocks out Walking Wake with EQ. So we finally won a fucking game. Jesus. Good God Almighty. I'm having mental fatigue. I want to keep playing, but I'm supposed to be at 1900, and you saw the fucking showing. Ugh, and I know this team can do it. Like, I actually enjoy using the team. It's just insanely frustrating with the bullshit that's been going down. But, you know, what can I say? Inteleon showed its worth in this game. It's a great example of that. It's king. It's king. I'd have to take this team to. I've taken it just way above 1900. Well, I think it was just casually, and then I stopped playing because I was at blunders around that time. But again, the team is not an issue. I tried. I was gonna take it to number 1, and I realized, oh, that's gonna take a lot of fucking time to get to 2000. So that's when I got to 19 something and then stopped playing. But from a solid team. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna grab one more. I'm gonna try to get to the 1800s to round out the live. This may end horribly wrong for us, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Actually, I'm not going to. Something just tell me you're gonna get hard stall, which it can beat as well, but it takes a while to beat hard stall, like Dozo stall type builds. And that's the last thing I'm trying to do, because that's going to take one that probably won't get me to 1800s. I need 20, actually my 23 points, depending on who I get. But more importantly, the time it would take. It's already a hour 12-minute video, so I'm going to end it here. It's very bittersweet. It's very bittersweet, man. But the journey isn't over. We're just going to switch teams. So if you waited this far, hit the like button, and appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.